Okay, y'all. So with an opening like that, I mean, we already knew that it was about to be some shenanigans going down. What is up, everybody? What is up? It is your girl EJ, the TV Junky, and I am back with my first impression over Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black. And when I tell y'all that from the very first moment that the scenes came on, I was like, "Yep, we're about to go through it. We're about to have some drama, and I do mean serious drama. And let me just say this: Horace and Olivia raised some absolutely horrible children. Oh my goodness! And then how did they find an equally horrible daughter-in-law? I just don't know. This family is dysfunctional, and I was here for all the shenanigans. Let's get into episode one. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the television show, what I liked, and all the good stuff and all the stuff that was going down. We just gonna talk about it all, y'all. So let me get my notes up and let's get into it.
Their family is dangerous.
This can go bad.
Who do you think I am?
You don't know what's gonna happen. I want to know who's behind this.
Now, the series is going to follow Kimmy. She is a stripper. And when I tell you that she has a tragically sad background, because we get all of these flashbacks throughout the episode about some of her childhood memories, how she meets her really, really close friend, someone who she considers to be her sister, Kimmy. We are actually kind of following them throughout their life. They have somehow gotten themselves caught up with this PIM pimp. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. You know what I'm saying? They got themselves caught up with him and they're having to pay off this debt because they did something to try to make some money. I mean, they were both living, on the streets. Kimmy had got put out at the age of 17 by her trifling mama. And, they just kind of got caught up. So they're trying to pay off this debt and he's holding this whole thing over their head for what they actually got in trouble about. Like they were trying to smuggle paraphernalia on an airplane. And so he's kind of been holding this thing over their head in order to get them to work for him. Now he has this side business. His side business is PIMPing. And then he also in the daytime, he is actually the security for the Bellary. I gotta say it right. The Bellary family. He's the head of security for them. So he definitely is living two different lives. Shoot, all these people live in two different lives. They all are crazy. Let me just say it like that. But anyway, some of the main things that stood out to me in this first episode. Whew, man, it's just so many of them. Let's start with Kimmy. Let's take it character by character. Let's start with Kimmy. Now, Kimmy is going to meet Rain, who ends up being like her sister. She's going to meet her when she was in a store. Her mom had dropped her off after her trifling boyfriend. He was caught attacking her. Like they don't show all of that, y'all, of course, but he was caught doing whatever he was doing to her. The mom knew about it and he was like, she keep doing this, that, and the third. I'm like, now I know this mama is not finna go for this, but yep, trifling mama took her daughter, dropped her off talking about she can't keep being around him. So you gonna choose this man over your daughter? Like, what are we doing right now? I mean, and she was serious and didn't even have a bag of clothes for the baby, nothing. I'm calling her a baby because she was only 17. She was about to be 18. But what are we doing? Why you do that girl like that? You didn't even give her no clothes and you had the nerve to give her $10 talking about that's all you had. Oh, Lord have mercy. What was she supposed to do with $10? Can somebody please tell me how you even sleep at night knowing that you sent your daughter out into this world with nobody, nothing, because your man couldn't keep his pedophilia hands off of her. And then you got another young girl right there as well. Like, what are you doing? What are you gonna do when he starts? You know what? Let me move on because they ran me hot with that one, y'all. So let's move on. So anyway, so that's kind of how she ends up meeting Rain. She meets Rain inside of the Walmart, and then they end up talking to this guy by the name of Angel, who sets them up with this gig where they were supposed to go to the airport. They were going to smuggle some paraphernalia or something like that. And they were each supposed to get $5,000 in order to do so. But instead, they end up getting caught up. And who is the cop who catches them up? Jules, which we actually find out a little bit later. I don't know which episode we find that out in, but I'm probably going to just stick within the, you know what? I'm going to stick within the first 3 episodes. I might do some breakdowns of like each individual episode, but this is just my first impression and an overview of what the show is about. So anywho, we're going to also meet Jules' bottom B. Her name just happened to be Body. Her name is Body, and she ain't ish, y'all. When I tell you that she ain't ish, she ain't nothing at all. But she seems to be very intimidated by Kimmy, and Kimmy is very quiet and docile. But Rain always say that she can be vindictive, so that just lets you know, don't be messing with people who are quiet and docile, because they will come for you. And something tells me that she's definitely going to come for her later. Like I said, I've only made it through episodes 1 through 3 because I didn't want to go too far just yet. But something tells me that she is going to come for her because, y'all, Body was doing way too much. She feels like she has to exert this control, but you can tell that those girls, the strippers there, they ain't really feeling her and they don't really respect her. And Delinda is also the other lady that's supposed to be over the strip clubs or whatever. She be doing too much too. But anyway, Body done talked Kimmy into getting a BBL from old quack nurse. Like, her and this dude walk up in there. I swear he looked like a bootleg. Well, she looked like a bootleg nurse, right? And then her assistant. And then they got cans of foam. And I'm like, I know goodness doggone well, Rain, you is not about to let them inject no foam inside of your behind. Girl, no. So Body done talks her into getting her body done, talking about, you going to be making that money, yada, 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 and talking about she did her body. I'm like, girl, like, everybody body do not respond the same. And if she pumped foam into your butt, because I am pretty sure that's what that bottle said on it was foam, then you probably gonna fall over too. But anyway, she ended up getting really, really sick from this, y'all. Y'all know it didn't go well. It looked like a whole massacre on that floor, y'all. I am not even lying. It was towels, bloody towels, and they done left the cans all over the place. Like, it was just so much going on. And Kimmy come back and find her, and they don't want her to take her to the hospital. I'm like, what are we doing, people? What are we doing? So it was a whole situation for that, but she ended up taking her to the hospital anyway. Jules got mad at her. Now, Jules, of course, he's the PIMP, y'all. He ended up getting mad at her, talking about she could never go back to the hospital. Like, when I tell you that he has control, he has control. He just keeps putting this whole thing about, him sending them to jail. I'm just like, at this point, why don't we just go to jail? Because, I mean, you going to get 3 meals a day. You going to have a bed to sleep in. Like, it got to be better than what they got you going through here. You getting your butt whooped. You getting roughed up. You having to go with these old crazy clients. Now, remember, I told y'all that the beginning of it, when it first opened up, it was crazy, right? Well, that's because it opened up with her and her client. Her client's name just happens to be Roy, and Roy is crazy, and he just happens to be a Bellary too, y'all, which is what it all boils down to. She done got caught up in this family somehow, some way, and someone that she really admires just happens to be Roy's wife. Now, of course, she doesn't know any of this because she didn't even know what Roy's name was when she first met him. Like, all she was sent to do was, be whatever he wanted her to be, do whatever she asked him to do. He's talking about, I just wanted one. All you had to do was do what. I'm like, Roy, if you don't sit your trifling self down somewhere doing the absolute most, right? Like, we doing too much. And there's even a point where she does the whole call my wife thing, and then she starts to like really put it on, and that's that vindictive side. I was like, oh, okay, I see what Rain mean now, that she can be vindictive if she wants to. But yeah, Yeah, that was a lot. So let's move on to another character that is gonna be interesting. And this was the character Horse, y'all. When I say that Horse and Olivia raised some son of a guns, they did. And when I say that everybody is two different people, they are. Because when you see Horse in the boardroom when he's acting like he's not sick, um, he's totally different, right? But when you see him sneaking into the club looking at the men folks, because that's what he was doing, y'all. He was sneaking into the club. He asked to get a dance with Kimmy, right? And the whole time he was over there looking at Angel and she just called him out on it. But he wasn't really he I guess he wasn't ready to say, I don't know. I can't even tell you. I don't know what was going on because I don't even think that he is into guys. I think it's something else, but I just don't know exactly what it is because it just feels so weird. But like I said, I'm not there yet, but just something is off with it. And we did learn that he does have prostate cancer, and he feels like this is some kind of karma or something because the Bellarys, they own a cosmetic company. I mean, not cosmetic. Whew, thinking about the other show. They own a hair company, and the relaxers were giving people cancer. And there's this whole lawsuit that they have out and stuff like that. And they've kind of been covering it up. And so he's like, maybe this is like my karma for, all the stuff. So there's that. And then we also find out that Roy and there's another brother, y'all. It just keep getting better. There's another brother, Roy and his brother Charles. I don't even think they like each other at all. But Charles is a son of a gun, y'all. Charles is just something else. And honestly, he just funny. And I love the actor who plays Charles, Stephen Norfleet. He is a hoot. He is so funny, such a dope actor, and such a nice person. But yeah, it was a lot. I mean, this television series is a lot, and I promise you, you will just keep getting dragged back into it. Like from the moment that you watch that first episode, you just want to keep watching it. You want to see what's going to happen next. Like you just keep going because you need to know what's going to happen. Now, as I was saying about Horse for whatever reason keep coming up in this club, and he and Kimmy kind of strike up this thing. Like she's very, very nice, and she's not trying to take advantage of him like other people are. But when she figures out who he is, well, she accidentally finds out who he is and that he is Roy's father, because remember, she didn't know Roy. She didn't know what his name was. When she finds that out, and that he also knows Jules, who is her pimp, she's gonna start to think that he's the one who's actually in charge, and she thinks that this is some sort of conspiracy. And she could be right. I honestly don't know. I'm only on episode 3. I have no clue what is going on, but I know there is something deeper and there is something more cynical. But when I tell y'all that one of the biggest plots of this whole story is that these doggone Bellarys, the wife, she two different people too, y'all. Her name is Mallory. She is two different people too. She one way out in the world because she wants to project a certain image, and she's somebody totally different. She a bitch all the time on the other side. But anyway, she actually runs over somebody out, and we're gonna find out that the person that she ran over was her own auntie. It was her father-in-law's brother's wife. And the brother is gonna be mad, y'all, like big mad. And he knows that somebody ran over her that comes down that street because it's a private road. So it gotta be somebody in the family, right? It's crazy. It's so crazy. So I feel like we're about to have this whole big thing with that whole situation. So you got that storyline going on. You got the daddy who I don't know what he got going on. He done got Kimmy to hook him up with Angel, but then I don't think he's trying to do nothing with Angel. He just say, this is what I want. Like, what if Angel is like some long lost child or something, maybe? And this is like his weird way of trying, y'all, I don't know. Or what if Angel is, because I bet you, I don't know, but I bet you him and Norman's wife was sleeping together, because we're going to learn that Olivia and the other one, they had to have something going on, y'all. Like it the way that they was looking at each other, like the way that I just feel it in my soul that these two had something going on. And we gonna see, we gonna find out. But I just know they had something going on. So it wouldn't shock me if if his wife and Horace had something going on too, because like I said, this family is completely dysfunctional. And y'all, Debbie Allen is giving, I mean, not Allen, Debbie Morgan is giving all that she needs to give in this. Like, I love Debbie Morgan, and she just does her thing. So yeah, I was here for her. She plays Horace's ex-wife, right? They've gotten divorced. And when I tell you that she don't play no games, listen, she is cutthroat as well. Now, she done gave her life to the Lord. So she trying to do better. But trust me, when we get introduced to Charles, Charles is like going at it with some dude, right? And she come up in there like it ain't nothing, and telling him to get his stuff and get out. Reminded me of a Cookie Line moment when that time when Jamal, when she came home. But anyway, y'all, I mean, so far so good. I mean, this is my first impression. Sorry, y'all. I thought I was gonna go just over episode 1, but I figured I'd just give my first impression over episodes 1 through 3 instead, since those are the ones that I've watched. So far, so good. I'm ready to go try to check out the next 3 episodes, and then I'll bring you guys another review over episodes 4, 5, and 6. And yeah, and we'll talk about those episodes once I get those all watched. Let me know what y'all thought about episodes 1 through 3. What do y'all think about these characters? What do y'all think about Roy trifling self? What do y'all think about Charles and his extra self? And what do y'all think about Mallory and her cuckoo for Cocoa Puff selves? And what do y'all think about Jules? I mean, ain't nobody coming to see you, oldest Jules. What do y'all think about Kimmy and her situation? What do y'all think about Rain? Is she gonna make it out the county hospital? Because they is extra at the county. Them hoes was up in, I mean, them girls was up in there laughing at her. Like laughing, not giving her medicine. She not seeing a doctor. Like, y'all think Rain gonna make it? Because I don't know if Rain gonna make it. And then, of course, what do y'all think about the entire situation that's going down at the club with Horace and his whole situation with Angel? Like, what's really going on, y'all? Go ahead and get the conversation started down below. Meanwhile, guys, if you are wanting to talk about Beauty in the Black live, then make sure that you have your notifications turned on, because we're going to be going live. Myself, My Sweet Perspective, Struggle Reviews, and Kay, whose channel is called A Slice of Horror. We're all going to be talking about Beauty in Black this Sunday. So make sure you have your notifications turned on, because I know that we all got a lot to say about what's going down on Beauty in Black. So anyway, y'all, go ahead and get the conversation started down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.